It's a phenomenal thing. I've got this pipeline, but I don't have any listings. I did 100 market appraisals last year, but I don't have any listings. I sold 4 properties last month, but I don't have any listings. And if you think about how that works, there's just some basic fundamentals that aren't going well here. And let's say, for example, that I got you to write out the heading October. And I now want you to write down every appraisal that you did in October. And what you realize quite quickly, you can't remember them. Well, the interesting conversation about that, but if I said to you, hey, I'm going to give you 10 names, remember these 10 names, and I'm going to give you 20 grand for every name you remember. If in 4 weeks' time you can remember those 10 names, you're now going to get $200,000 in income. Do you think you could remember them? Absolutely. But yet real estate agents, we can't write down appraisals that we actually went to 4 or 5 months ago. Can't really remember them, don't really know about them. But yet this is a problem here because we don't really know how to progress the pipeline. It goes back to one of the simplest things, that no CRM actually records sellers based on their problem type. And agents are too good to fill in the form when you go to a market appraisal to know that you're going to a divorce or a job relocation. But yet if you knew that, wouldn't you change the way that you prepare to make sure that you can alleviate the pain, the pressure, or to be able to make sure that you enjoy the moment with the client if it's a joyous one? And that's really what the skill is all about. And imagine that. You could have like divorcing Tuesdays, having babies Wednesdays, deceased estate Thursdays. And although it sounds quite crazy, what you've got to realize is the size of the problem determines the speed to market. So if, for example, you went home and you or your partner turned to each other and said, honey, guess what? We're now having triplets. Will that change things for you? Well, of course it would. And so from that point of view, now all of a sudden you're going to need to do something at a property level. But it's incredible to think that the distance between a market appraisal and a seller hit list is about knowing the problem type of the client and then knowing what to do to give them the confidence to be able to go and do the transaction. That's what skill is all about. And that's what a pipeline is all about, that every single Tuesday you read over every single market appraisal you've done, have a look at their problem type and think, what could I do today? What could I show them? What could I talk to them about? What ultimately could they come and see on the weekend that would change their level of motivation but give them the confidence to go and do the transaction? Get to a Tuesday pipeline meeting, read over all those market appraisals and get back in front of those people, because the way that you got to work with them will make a massive difference on the listings that you list and the sales that you make.